Good morning. Tom Beal coming to you from the halfway point of the morning walk. Another beautiful day, another beautiful sunrise, calm, cool morning here. Well, not cool, it's hot, but it's gonna get much hotter. So it's cool compared to what it's gonna be later in the day. But nice, calm, nice little waves splashing in the background. So I want to share with you a brief story that has some very powerful lessons. So this goes back to around November of 1992. I'm working at a company in Farmington, New York called Ultrafab. It's a factory that produces weather stripping. And I'm also, that's a 3 to 11 p.m. 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. is my shift. And for those who have never worked a shift like that, it's like, oh, cool, you got all morning and you got, afterwards. Like, no, what happens is you work 3 to 11, you can't sleep for a few hours, you finally get to sleep, you wake up and you go to work. And pretty much work and sleep is the cycle. Anyhow, that was my experience and many of the other people that worked that shift experienced. And then also, I had taken up a job at Eastview Mall in Victor and at a clothing store called Merry-Go-Round, a little hip-hop clothing store back in the day. While I was working one weekend, late November 1992, at the mall, a Marine Corps recruiter came by. And he got my attention and asked a key question. The key question was this: are you happy? And for those who know me, I've always been a very happy person, but that particular juncture, I just wasn't feeling happy. I was working and sleeping. The factory job was not what I felt I was capable of. My entire life, that was not the contribution I wanted to make. Prior to that, I'd been a national bicycle champion, had toured and signed autographs, and now I'm wearing wearing ear protectors, as well as running 3 machines, not talking and interacting with people, and signing boxes of completed weather stripping. It really just didn't feel like that was the optimal level of my being, and then sleeping and then working at the mall. So I answered the recruiter with a deep down, thought out answer. I said, no, not really. And that led to conversations to where a short while thereafter, on January 4th, 1993, I left upstate New York and was en route to Parris Island from Marine Corps Recruit Depot, so MCRD, Parris Island, South Carolina, for a boot camp in the Marine Corps. Little did I know what I was getting into, but looking back, it was that question, it was that conversation that changed the trajectory of my future and got me out of a situation that a person at the factory reminded me of. And this was what happened at the factory prior to this Marine Corps recruiter asking me this question. The guy at the factory pulled me aside and he's like, hey, I heard you talking about how you're going to get your own place, you're going to get a new car. And he's like, it made me reflect back 20 years ago when I was your age, and I was thinking the same thing. I moved out, got my own place, got my own car. Next thing you know, I had the rent, I had the car payment, I had all these bills, and I kept staying here. And boom, like in the blink of an eye, 20 years goes by. And he asked me this question: do you want to be here 20 years from now? So he had planted that seed within me that I had never even thought about. I was just taking it day by day, week by week. And his expression and his sharing his journey opened my eyes, like, wow, if I don't make a change, I could wake up and be here 20 years from now. And I feel I have much more to experience in my life. And that led to the Marine Corps recruiter coming by in that conversation, which led to me quitting both jobs and going into the Marine Corps in January of 1993. So I'm asking you this question right now: are you happy? Seriously, where you are right now, in your health, in your key relationships, and in your financial situation. Now, you don't have to go do anything drastic like join the Marine Corps or any armed forces, but what you do have to do is get clear on where you are, where would you like to be, and what are some steps that you could begin taking? What are some thoughts, words, and actions that you can begin taking to get you from where you are to where you want to be? So that's the point of this conversation right here, which, reflecting back 26 years ago, was a trajectory modifying conversation for me. My hope is that this can be transmuted to you to have that trajectory modifying conversation with you and I, and more importantly, yourself. Do you want to be where you are 20 years from now? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And are you happy? This journey's brief. So we got to step up. We got to get clear, just like we get clear when we're calling an Uber nowadays. We need to know where we are and where we're going. In our life, it's time for us to take that assessment. Where am I, and where am I going? Am I happy? No, okay. What area am I not happy in? That's my starting point. Where do I want to be? My health, my relationships, and my finances. And guess what? You're not a tree. You can move. You can do things that change and put things in motion that counter that quote that says, if nothing changes, nothing changes. In order for you to change, something must change. What is that? And it can start with this conversation right here. So ask yourself that, hit me back what your answers are, and make today great. I'll talk with you soon. If you haven't got my free report yet, which is quite helpful, you can go to yourbestawaits.com. It's actually a case study where I outline some of the most common issues and challenges many of my high-level clients are dealing with, and how you can not face them to slow down your progress. So go to yourbestawaits.com. If you haven't got that yet, check it out. Until next time, make today great.